What is up, MFers? Welcome back to beautiful day 4 in San Diego. As you can tell, we're getting a little bit later start today. Thank God, because we went out to eat last night in the dark after we drove all the way back 2.5 hours from San Clemente Island. Ate there at the dock, didn't end up leaving there. Actually, we had Oliver from Big Bass Dreams came met up with us, with Benny, and it was a great time seeing them once again. Doing a little BS and, you know, talking fishing. But now, we're here. We're going out and doing some fishing. Just tied a bunch of baits on. We switched everything over to fresh water. So now we're doing some freshwater fishing today. I think I told you guys before I came here that I was going to fish with somebody that if I had a choice between like 5 guys I would go with anywhere in the world, I'm fishing with one of those dudes today. It was kind of a guy that's like an idol to me and my growth as a fisherman and what I learned. And so I'm super jacked for that. I'm kind of nervous. I'm starstruck, right? No, I'm not starstruck, but I am jacked. We're going out to a lake that has bass in the teens. Yes, I said it, the teens in it. I don't know if we're gonna catch a lot of fish, kind of like our day with Oliver the other day, but anytime you get to go out and fish with some dudes like this, you can't pass up the opportunity. Plus, I'm wearing a t-shirt still. Now, I didn't bring a lot of tackle. I have a box of tackle. Who knows what's gonna happen, but enough rambling. Let's go get some breakfast, and then we're heading to the lake to meet up with this dude. Let's go. All right, guys, just got to the boat ramp, meeting up with the man, the myth, the legend, Matt Peters. This dude right here created, in my opinion, the greatest piece of knowledgeable swim bait expansion to past California that anyone's ever made, and runs the blog, which I believe has taught me more about swim bait fishing than anything. That's Mr. Matt Peters of Southernswimbait.com. Go check out Southern Trout Eaters, a DVD. It's like sickest fishing video.
It's kind of long,
it's
kind of boring, it's kind of slow.
No.
But just give it a little time. It's
no,
cool.
Not a chance. Not boring. Not boring at all. If you love fishing, you're probably watching my channel, and you will love that freaking video. So go check it out. But yeah, we're out here at this lake. None of us have ever fished it before. We got these dudes tied up. Big old nasties. Got some little stuff tied up. Who knows what's gonna happen? But regardless, it's gonna be a sick day. Let's do it. What's up, guys? Before we start today's video, I want to let you know the format of this video is going to be a little bit different because I really want this to be an educational experience for you guys. You know, as I said, I feel Matt has put the best literature on swim bait fishing outside of California in his blog on Southernswimbait.com and in his DVD Southern Trout Eaters. I've digested, I've read everything he's ever put on his vlog multiple times. I've watched the video multiple times, and there were things he did in front of me on camera while I was in the boat with him that I didn't get from those videos. So hopefully I can share some of that with you. I'm gonna share some of the clips from some of my favorite things, some of my favorite theories he's had. Like I've said, this is going to be a different format video than any I've done in the past. And I want you to just sit back, listen, and hopefully learn something from this, because I learned so much actually being there in person on the boat with him that I could never, ever learn on my own. Now, you might not be a big bass trophy hunter or might not have bass over 10 pounds in your area. That doesn't matter at all. Swim bait fishing is a huge deal, even for 2, 3, 4 pounders, and a lot of these theories can be applied to those as well. So sit back, enjoy this video, and check back later on for the giveaway.
Again, it's like, it has nothing, like, it's fishability. And braided line, the only reason, like, if nothing else, is because otherwise your wrist will fall off at the end of the day. Like, you literally cannot power, and not to, like, it's like having 4-wheel drive versus having 2-wheel drive.
Right.
And they try, and or like, hey, can you drive stick, or are you stuck to automatics and trying to be a race car driver? You know what I mean? There's certain things like, bro, braided line has such advantages that people overlook. Way deeper than I thought.
Way deeper. Man, what a great line. That's amazing. See, we don't have any of this shit at home. I bet they get way back there.
Yeah, that's a really good call. Now, if I get bit, you know to hit the deck, right?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to swing hard over my right shoulder if I haven't.
It's going to happen.
I like the way you... No, this is sick. Fishing uphill, this is perfect.
This is perfect. You're right. Oh, yeah, you do. Turned away.
Nice. Yay! That's it. Wait, no sign.
How big was that?
It looked pretty big.
It's like an 8-pounder.
Was that a striper? I didn't like. Was it long to you?
Looked green.
It did look green.
Look green. All right, guys, just tell you a little bit about what we're doing. We're kind of fishing conditions, basically. Like I said, none of us have fished here before, so we're fishing these tule lines and stuff, and it's kind of unique. It's different than stuff I usually fish because these tule lines, it looks like it's 2, 3, 4 feet deep like it is at home, but some of them are 20 feet deep off the edge of it, so it's pretty awesome ambush points, and we're just kind of fishing areas where the wind's blowing into it. There's stock trout in here, so we're fishing, you know, big trout baits, stuff like that. Peter's just had his first follower though on a Hudd, so that's definitely a good sign. A lot of days you fish, you don't even get a follower. So we've only been out here about 30 minutes and potentially could make it happen today. We'll see. We're just punching around, flipping around, pulling around, having a good time. I probably haven't talked too much because I'm too busy listening to the wizard up here talk about theory. The wizard.
Show you.
Yeah. Let's see
Put the gill mods on there.
Love that, yeah.
You cut the fins.
Give it a little quiver.
Give it a little quivvy, but I think I like having that big head profile myself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
Different
man.
water.
That's nice, yeah. Something different.
You want to approach like these little points, like you want to see them as.
Yeah, you want to come into them because those big bass love to pin their prey against hard, whatever.
That's right.
Hard lines. Yeah, it is. It's cool.
You get the wind blowing in her face, you get a nice bow in your line that kind of.
Yeah.
This last part of your swim is
right on it.
Kind of a point.
That's right. It's perfect. So you said cut tail's the deal.
Well, floats, so it just like stays high. Like you don't have to. It wakes really easily, right? You don't have to bend it to keep it.
Yeah.
So you can fish it slower.
Right.
And kind of
stall it.
Stall it. Yeah.
Rate of stall.
I believe swimbait fishing at times exposes truth in fishing and in fish behavior. These truths hold true for not only the swimbait and trophy hunting side of the house, but also hold true when it comes to conventional bait fishing, tournament bait fishing, all fishing that we do. Rate of stall is a measurement of fishability of certain baits as they head back toward the boat in your retrieve. Some baits just fish better and are stallable. You can stall a popper next to a piece of wood. A buzzbait, it keeps coming right back at you. Why rate of stall is important comes down to lure selection and what retrieve. I think folks understand the rate of fall system via gravity, north and south, right? But east and west is what rate of stall provides. It's that other dimension that gives us the ability to track where a bait is in the water column. I reach for the Nazuma rat. The rat has a lot going for it. Terrestrial factor, big bait factor, but it's very stallable. I can throw it up to a piece of wood, let it sit there. I can walk it, then pause it. Notice my retrieve. 10 seconds and I'm not even halfway out of that tree. I'm just trying to keep it around the thickest, sweetest spot on that tree. I move over to the next piece of wood. You know, I kind of move the bait out and I just reel it in. I mean, that fish is going to eat, is going to be near the wood. But it takes me almost a minute to fish both of these lay-down trees. Now, the normal triple trout, even if I'm putting as much stall into the bait as I can, I would be 25 yards down the bank. It just fishes that much quicker.
So one of the reasons I've watched so much of Matt's stuff and I've learned so much from Matt is because he throws these giant baits. But like I alluded to, was he's done it all over the country. Obviously we're back in California now where he's from, where swim baiting is huge and big baits are huge and stuff. But the different things he does with hard baits to make them more fishable and take a 10-inch bait that tournament guys and just your regular weekend guys wouldn't think of throwing, but then applying them to Ozark lakes, to anything with docks, shade lines, grass lines, stuff like that. That's one thing we're doing right now. We're taking some of these big triple trout style baits and just watching him fish them is pretty incredible. He's fishing them extremely quick. Conditions don't call for it at all, but he's starting to fish some of these baits quick, erratically, and just draws bites, right? So can you speak anything more to that? Like,
yeah,
that's
so
what we're throwing.
It's actually an 11-inch triple trout. I'm fishing with the Okuma. This is like a 6.2, so I'm feeling like 6 to 7 geared ratio helps you just physically fish these baits. Straight braid, 80 pound, just do it. Keep the line black. I'm not doing a good job of that right now. You don't have much of line in the water when you're fishing hard, but the braid allows you to just burn and turn and cut water and just do harder, sharper turns and get a more, you get more swim out of your bait.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, you can power through these little stobs of tules and stuff like that, and there's really not much line in the water. And I feel like these fish are just kind of, they're not reacting to it, they're following it, they're looking at it, but as you're ripping it along, it's too much, they bite it. If you foul up, just go with it, you know?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, just go with it. Fix it when you get in, and just power fish, you know?
Right. But that's something no one has put on video for big swimbait fishing. It's just not out there. That's why it's so.
I can't keep up. That's the thing. Like, I just
so
don't
cool.
know what it has or hasn't.
No, it's so cool though. It's so unique, man.
You can see that there's not much line in the water, right?
Right.
And you burn, you know, these hard turns, and it's just you're hitting it hard at 6 and 12. Boom, 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 boom. And you're letting the reel and the line do the work, not your wrist and your, you know. I literally, like, I've worn wrist braces. Like, I've had like a cyst taken off my wrist.
Right.
Like, it's, you know, you'll physically, like,
Beat yourself up.
Swimbait fishing is rough.
Yeah.
Ripping, palming the reel, and
Yeah.
all the stuff we do, so it's hard on your hands and wrists. So anything you can do to help yourself with lower profile, like I'm changing my round reels.
Yeah. That's great though, man. That's
super San Diego ways.
That's
man.
more applicable though.
I still pull my socks high though, bro.
Trout colors.
I was catching them on a 12-inch slammer on both shoals.
12-inch slammer. You're catching 14 to 16-inch fish.
Yeah. Just studs, like 3, 3.5, 4, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe a 4 in there.
Up to 3.5, 4s, yeah.
That's it.
Should be getting good any second. Yeah, we've been fishing now, guys, for probably 5 hours or so. One follower, and that is it. We saw another probably 3-pounder swimming around, nothing. But we're kind of just committed to the big bait for the most part, and that's probably not going to lend itself to getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 bites at all. But been a great learning experience. Been an awesome time on the water. But like Peter was just saying, this is the time. We got a front blowing in, got hour and a half-ish before the sun goes down. This should be when it starts to happen. This is why we came here. This is why we started late today, because the bite should be getting
we got like
good.
We got more. We got like 2.5 before sun goes down, but
2.5.
Yeah, late afternoon now.
Yeah, Peter said we're fishing till midnight until we catch one. He said so. Like this is a dead stick one, right?
Yeah, yeah. So tie it into the mouth.
Well, we might need a hook though.
I know. I'll put a hook on it.
All right, guys. This is a dead stick bait. It's bigger, literally bigger than some of the trout I've caught and eaten this year. It's a beautiful thing, and
It's like a pound
it's a 1 pound bait,
of rubber.
16 ounces of trout perfection. Matt lures, right?
Matt lures, yeah. The thing about the owner hooks is you can orient them perfectly, right? So if I did like that, I couldn't stick it in. But if I do it like that, now it sticks in and it aligns perfectly. See that? So ideally, she sits like that, and you can see this, and it's kind of like acts as a sail, right? And it just kind of bumps along, but it's kind of an agitation thing. It's a respect thing, that if the trout doesn't respect the presence of a big fish that keeps coming up repeatedly at like the juice spot or whatever, eventually that fish will eat it. Teach it a lesson. Maybe not even, just try to kill it, or I don't know what they touch the bait. It's the important part.
So he just tied on this dead stick bait, this 1 pound trout bait. And what's the draw of that? It's no action, right? So you just let it float.
It's real subtle. I mean, it kind of glides side to side. You fish it in the wind, but if you find a good enough spot where a big one lives, you can leave this thing sit overhead, and the fish will just kind of, they get aggravated at it if it doesn't move, right? A fish will get near it and they expect the trout to bolt away, and you leave it there for minutes, like 5-10 minutes.
Right.
And if you're just tied up to a buoy line or some sweet spot, you got to really work at it. But it's an interesting behavior that bass have that they demand respect, and if a fish doesn't, you know, doesn't give them back the respect, they'll whack them, they'll hit them, they'll eat them, they'll blow up on them. So
what you said about presentation was really cool too. You said you would usually work it kind of with the wind to cover a segment of the water and kind of be like an unassuming, let it kind of drift in. That's right. Get closer and closer subtly to those bass.
Kind of, when you high stick it like this and you lay it down, you got this big bow in your line that'll help it kind of glide along.
Yeah, so we got wind blowing in like this, and that's just perfect for this.
And ideally, there'd be some sweet spot out there where we're kind of just fishing. It's not a good bait to go down the bank.
Right.
Right, we're
not covering water.
But you literally just...
This is riveting video.
Let's see if I can make it like swim a little bit. It's kind of like a shark a little bit.
Yeah. Here we go. Nice long, flat, rocky. There's fish in this lake, right? There was one.
Yeah, when I was fishing full time, I find that my mood was totally in line with how well I was catching fish or not.
Exactly, and that's a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I'd be all bitter. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, you're not working. You're can't find a fish. The world hates me.
That's a great way to describe how I felt like when I was just doing tournaments. Yeah.
Well, you feel you're jinxed. Oh yeah. Of course that guy cut me off on the parking lot.
Of course, yeah. Can't be like that. Cannot.
Well, like you gotta be in control of your emotions. The older you get, like that's what being like emotionally intelligent is about. It's like, you know what I did.
Yeah.
I feel upset right now, so I can take a break.
Yeah.
Not panic.
Exactly.
Not give myself a year from now going, dude. When you broke down, all you had to do was remember it was the kill switch, not the
yeah.
Not
the lower unit.
You need to kick your boat, you know, to pieces and do something else.
So true.
Those are the things that, like, I realized, like, when the mistakes I made, I'm like, those are like the life lessons. Like, oh, that was worth the price of admission. To learn these little, my flaws of myself, right?
Of course.
Like, I have these silly things that I do, or tendencies, or biases, and all that shit. Like, and it comes out in my fishing, and I pay for it, and I'm like, God, you arrogant son of a bitch.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
No. That's the kind of messaging I want to talk about in a number dose. I'm trying to talk about, you know.
That's a huge part of it.
Right, because like you can only talk so much about lures and
oh yeah.
When it comes to like your mental state and your financial state and your time state, right? It's like, dude, if you're married with kids at 22, you're kind of in a hell of a spot unless you're Brandon Palnick or something.
Yeah.
You know?
That was it, guys. We didn't catch any fish. We only had that one follow that Peters had, and then we saw a couple others just cruise around, small ones, but that was absolutely all we had the entire day. Those San Diego lakes, the smaller San Diego lakes, have giants in them, but they are way, way tougher than a lot of people think, like myself, when you think of California fishing. Now, as a coincidence, we actually ran into Mike Gilbert, was taking his boat out. He fished there all day as well when we got back to the ramp, and he echoed the same sentiment. He didn't get a single bite the entire day as well. So unfortunately, while I don't have any giant fish to show you guys, I hope that I really was able to share some things in those videos, some ideas that Peters has that have really helped me learn how to present swim baits and other baits that have just flat out helped me catch more and bigger fish throughout the years. You know, like I said, Matt was like one of 5 people in the entire world I wanted to fish with, get on the boat, and spend some time with, and the experience did not disappoint. So as in all my videos, and like I told you earlier, I didn't catch any fish, so we got to do a giveaway, and I figure we might as well stick with the swim bait theme for the giveaways. So I'm going to give away 3 of my all-time favorite swim baits to one of you guys. First one, 7-inch Smash Tech Convex swim bait. This is a weedless bait, rig up on a weedless beast hook. Absolutely killer. Next one, the Optimum 6-inch bait. Obviously this is a top hook bait. You got a big wide thumper kick with it. 6-inch one catches a ton of fish, small fish, big fish, everything. Last one, Huddleston 68 Special. I don't really need to talk too much more about this bait, but this dude right here, this exact one, this is a ROF 12, has caught a ton of giant fish for me as well. So one of you can win all 3 of those baits. So how to win those? 3 simple steps. We do it in every video. First step, go subscribe to Milliken Fishing. Second step, drop a thumbs up on this video. Step number 3, comment down below. And what I want you to comment, I built this connection with Peters, and now we've been talking a lot more. We want to do some stuff in different parts of the country. He exposed a lot of swim bait fishing in the southeast, in Georgia, some of the Ozark lakes and stuff. I want you guys to comment where you want to see us do some swim bait filming, or me on my own do some swim bait filming and hopefully catch some fish next. So the way that I'll choose a winner, 1 week from today, I'm going to do a random comment generator. I'm going to go down to your comment and check your comment and make sure you're subscribed to Milliken Fishing, and I will get those baits sent out to you. So check this video description 1 week from today. So that's all I got for you guys today. The good news is that was our last trip in California. We were planning on calling it good after that, but me and Afrin didn't catch any that day, so we decided we were going to do one more little night fishing adventure that turned out to be really, really sick. So check back for that video in the next couple days, and then of course some ice fishing videos, and I got a ton of traveling planned coming up. But thanks so much for going through this video, watching it. Let me know what you thought of this video. Like I said, different from anything I've done in the past, but I really, really enjoyed this one. Thank you so much to Matt Peters, Southernswimbait. Go check out Southern Trout Eaters, the DVD, and Southernswimbait.com, his blog, and you can learn so much just like I have. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm out of here. Peace!
I'm not sorry. I can't help this love like mine.
I'm not sorry. I can't stop with a love like mine.